All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down a pretty incredible system that claims to solve a problem as old as money itself. How to turn solid gold into, well, liquid cash you can actually spend.
So, you've done the smart thing, right? You own gold, but can you actually spend it? I mean, you can't just walk into a coffee shop and shave off a few flakes to pay for your latte. Or what about a big expense, like paying your rent? It's this real paradox. Well, today, we're going to look at a system designed to fix exactly that.
Now here's the kicker. What if you could spend the value of that gold without selling a single ounce of it? I know, sounds a little like financial wizardry, right? Getting liquidity without having to liquidate your assets. How on earth do you spend something that you still own? Let's dig in.
Okay, first up, the old money problem. To really get what's going on here, we have to start with the core challenge, the paradox of what we call sound money.
You know, it's always been this classic tug of war. On one side, you have sound money, think gold. It's an amazing store of value, like a fortress for your wealth. But try using it for daily expenses. Good luck. It's just not liquid. Then on the other side, you've got fiat currency, your dollars, euros, you name it. Super liquid. You can spend it anywhere. The catch? It's practically designed to leak value over time, thanks to inflation. So you're forced to choose, preserve your wealth or be able to use it. It's always felt like you can't have both.
So the whole foundation of this system is built on this principle of sound money. And it's pretty simple, really. It just means your money is anchored to something real, a tangible asset, instead of being based on debt. It's about holding actual wealth, not just a promise to pay, not just an IOU.
Okay, so how do we actually build a bridge from that gold sitting in a vault to paying for, say, your groceries? Well, it all comes down to two very critical conversion tools.
First up, we have the gold back. And this is seriously cool. This is not a certificate for gold. It is the gold. They figured out how to embed a tiny, precise, verifiable amount of pure 24-karat gold into a flexible note. So you're literally holding gold in a spendable form. It's a functional currency for when you want to settle things directly, peer-to-peer, with real sound money.
But what about paying your rent online or utility bills? That's where the second tool comes in, the TrueLink card. Think of this as your translator. It's the essential interface that connects your sound money to the regular fiat world. So let's say you've got a $4,000 a month rent payment. You can use this card, and the system uses your vaulted gold as collateral to make that payment in dollars. You pay your rent, but, and this is the magic part, you never had to sell your gold. Your core reserves stay safe and sound.
So, we've got the tools. Now let's look at the engine that actually puts them to work. This is the payout workflow, the step-by-step process that unlocks your asset's value.
It all works through this super secure multi-phase process. It kicks off with a smart contract, which basically sets up a digital escrow. Then, automated compliance bots do their checks to make sure everything's legit. After that, it needs multi-signature approvals, kind of like turning two keys at once, from the fiduciaries in charge. Only then is the payout released. The whole setup is designed to be this robust, auditable way to use your vaulted assets to pay off a debt. And what's really great here is the flexibility for the person you're paying. Let's go back to your landlord. If they happen to be a sound money fan, boom, the system can instantly transfer the title to the required amount of goldbacks directly to them. But more likely, they just want their $4,000, right? No problem. The system can use a standard ACH transfer or the card network to send them regular old fiat currency. So you see, your assets stay as gold in the vault, but the payment shows up as dollars in their bank account. It really is the best of both worlds.
All right, this is where it gets really interesting. For a system like this to work without getting tossed around by the crazy waves of the open market, it needs an internal rulebook, an anchor. And it all starts with one secret number.
There it is, 9,280. This isn't a random number. It's not the price of gold today or some market prediction. This number, this is the key that makes the entire system predictable and stable.
So what is it? This represents something called the Tokenized Goldback Unit, or TGV. Inside this financial ecosystem, one single goldback is always worth exactly 9,280 of these units. Now let me be super clear. This has nothing to do with the fluctuating market price of gold. It is a fixed internal policy value. The casino chip analogy is perfect. The value is set by the house to make sure all the games on the inside run smoothly, no matter what's happening out on the street.
And this right here shows you exactly why that separation is so brilliant. The market price for gold, it's chaotic, it's unpredictable, it's external. The TGV policy value, on the other hand, it's stable, predictable, and totally internal. By doing this, they've basically created a firewall.
It shields all the important stuff, like calculating how much collateral you have or settling contracts, from all the noise and drama of the daily market swings. It creates a calm harbor in a stormy sea.
So you see, this whole architecture, it's about more than just being a clever financial tool. It's designed to encourage a completely different way of thinking about wealth.
And this quote just nails it. The goal isn't about chasing more dollars anymore. The new goal is to accumulate more weight. It's a fundamental shift in thinking. You stop being so price sensitive, obsessively checking the dollar value of your holdings every day. Instead, you become value-centric. The game is no longer how many dollars do I have, but how many ounces do I have. It's all about the weight, not the fleeting price.
And that leaves us with this one big, final question to chew on. This system really suggests that value can just be an agreement that's legally anchored and then enforced by unstoppable code. If that's really the case, if value is just an agreement that we can program, then what does money even mean tomorrow? What will it look like? It's a pretty wild thought to end on.